What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be breaking down The Flash's Season 8 Episode 20 trailer, or the season finale. So yeah, guys, let's just get right into it. So the trailer starts with Barry, I'd assume right after Iris and OG Thawne's death, and that's probably where the episode's going to start off too, because of the, to be continued after episode 19. So with that, maybe we'll start with a Reverse Flash versus Flash, like, speedster fight right away. I think that'd be great. Reverse Flash will probably end up winning, or at least for the moment, winning that fight. And then later we'll probably see Team Flash likely win the overall battle. Anyways, next we get a shot of Joe as Barry presumably tells him that Iris died in his arms, which should be a really emotional scene right there. Obviously, Joe's her father. That's going to be a really good scene. Next we see Bart and Nora talking to Barry about Thawne. And speaking of Bart and Nora, how are they even alive right now? Obviously, with Iris dead, she was never alive to have kids. So what I'm assuming is that they are erased from the timeline. However, as seen from the show's past, that doesn't happen right away. Obviously, when I say that, I mean, they don't get erased from existence right away. So yeah, in this scene right here, Barry is probably telling Bart and Nora that they only have like a few hours to live or something like that. Now, with that being said, Barry also tells them that Iris has been erased from the timeline, so it sort of seems like maybe there's somehow a chance of her returning. Now, spoiler warning before I say this right here, guys. 3, 2, 1. Okay, Iris will come back. Now, how is that possible? I'm not sure, of course. Time travel could always be a possibility. Now that right there just made me think of another cool storyline from the comics that I think they could use on the show, where Reverse Flash basically in the comics realizes that he needs Barry to live in order for his Speed Force to survive. So what he does is he tries to go back and in time and kill Iris, obviously because he can't kill Barry. So something cool would be if Barry like time travels to the past to save Iris on the show. That in turn would erase Reverse Flash, right? Because the particles from Iris went into Reverse Flash, or into Matt Letcher's Reverse Flash, so then that Tom Cavanaugh's Reverse Flash could be resurrected. So if Iris is somehow saved, that would mean that the Wells Reverse Flash would no longer live. It's pretty complicated. But anyways, so then with the realization coming from Thawne that he's going to be erased unless he stops Barry from saving Iris, maybe he goes back and like kills Iris again or something like that. I think that would be a really cool storyline. Or if they don't end up doing that in this episode, I think that could be something they would end up doing in season 9. Maybe that's when Reverse Flash actually realizes that he needs Barry to live in order for the negative Speed Force to survive. Something like that could be really cool in season 9, and then it could be like sort of like Savitar, where the main villain's trying to kill Iris again. I feel like that would be kind of interesting. But anyways, now back to the trailer, guys. We get a shot of Barry, Bart, and Nora and Fast Track lined up versus, I'm assuming, Thawne, which looks pretty cool. Now, I'm also really not looking forward to anything that has to do with Cecile, as we get a shot of her next. I didn't even care to review that storyline in last week's episode, so I'm really not looking forward to anything they have with her in this finale episode. Next, we hear Thawne say, "Finding new ways to kill you is my life's work," which probably means he has found a new way to kill the Flash, which could somehow be through the Forces, as we get a shot next of what appears to be a Forces lightning storm. Now, some people think that they are going to be implementing the Forever Force in this episode, but the problem with that is the Still Force was changed a bit from the comics to where now the Forever Force from the comics and the Still Force on the show are extremely similar. So unless they also like change what the Forever Force is, I can't see them adding it in here, but I think it would be really cool. Now, this new way that Thawne might have to kill the Flash could definitely have something to do with him turning the normal Speed Force negative. I think that would be crazy. Obviously, there is a negative Speed Force already, which is what Thawne goes off of. But I think, turning the real negatives, or the real Speed Force negative, could still be possible. And then that in turn might actually corrupt Barry as well. Or maybe he could just make Barry connect to the negative Speed Force instead of the normal Speed Force, or something along those lines. I think would be really cool to see. But anyways, next we get a shot of Barry and Bart and Nora with harnesses around their chest. This has to be what they'll attempt to use to destroy the negative forces, as they show quite a resemblance to what Barry used back in season 7, I believe it was episode 9, when he wanted to destroy the regular forces. And we also hear Barry say this has to end. Maybe he'll say this if Thawne like gets erased from existence again or something like that. I think that's definitely possible. You know, obviously back in Armageddon, they ended up saving Thawne by taking away his speed. But then I'm assuming at the end Barry's just gonna have enough of this. Maybe Joe's gonna be like, yeah, I was wrong for trying to make you guys keep Thawne alive. We just have to let this end and let Thawne be erased from existence. So I think that could definitely be happening here. We also see Jay Garrick's return, which is great to see. And everyone else here with Fast Track and Nora, they seem to look absolutely shocked. So maybe this is when Thawne will show up in his black suit. What I'd assume is from him absorbing the negative forces, becoming the most negative he could possibly be. And then at the end of the trailer, we see a shot of Reverse Flash and hear him say an iconic Reverse Flash line, "Who's faster now, Flash?" Maybe he'll end up saying this when he, again, shows up in his all-black suit. I think that's the most likely option. Now guys, a couple more things I want to go over for next episode. We have a cameo, a surprise cameo that's apparently going to be someone that we would not see coming at all. It's going to be something crazy. And we are confirmed to have a cliffhanger at the end of this episode, unlike last season's finale in season 7 when we didn't have a cliffhanger at all. So yeah, I'm really excited for that cliffhanger, but the cameo is the most interesting part, I think. Now, who exactly could this cameo be? Now, of course, if you guys have read those recent Arrowverse comics, I have personally not read them actually, but I do know that, quick spoiler if you guys are going to read it, but quick spoiler right here, Bloodwork is going to escape, and he will apparently be in the Flash season 9. So I don't know what that can mean. Could that mean he's the cameo? Could that mean he's the cliffhanger? Could that mean he's just going to start appearing in season 9? What could that mean? I thought I would at least go over that right there. We also got a little teaser to Oliver Queen Spectre in those comics. So could he be the cameo again? Could he be the cliffhanger? I think something like that would be really cool. Now, I have a wild theory as to who else this cameo could be. Now, I've said it could be John Diggle. I don't think that's going to happen anymore. Obviously, he appeared earlier. I think it could be Superman. That's definitely a possibility. But what I want to go over is this surprise cameo could be Matt Letcher's Reverse Flash again. Now, I know a lot of you guys are thinking, what? That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. He was literally just on the show. He just died. Exactly. That's why it would be such a surprising cameo, is because he just died. So could this be Matt Letcher's Reverse Flash once again, who has his memories? I think that would be really cool. Maybe that's the cliffhanger also. I think that's definitely possible. It could be like the cliffhanger of him like being revived somehow. Maybe when Tom Cavanaugh's Reverse Flash gets erased from existence, we see another version of Matt Letcher's Reverse Flash. Maybe this is the one that hasn't killed Barry's mother yet, just like the one we saw back in season 2. I think that'd be pretty interesting. But yeah, nonetheless, it's going to be really cool to see who this cameo is, and it's going to be really cool to see what the cliffhanger is going to have in store for us. I'm really excited for this season finale. But anyways, I'd say that's about it, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure to comment your thoughts on this video down below, as well as your thoughts on, just everything. What do you guys think is going to happen in the season finale? What do you guys think might even happen in season 9? Just comment all that down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.